Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Now Biden says that stimulus relief talks with Congress could take a couple of weeks. Biden said negotiations around his $1.9 trillion relief plan will take a couple of weeks, and then Democrats will decide whether to pass it on their own.
Look, I don't have to tell anybody, least of all the people on this call, that our country faces major economic crises. Real unemployment today is at 12%. And last month alone, 140,000 workers lost their jobs.
You guys have to know that I'm still doing an Amazon gift card giveaway. This Friday, I'll be announcing the winners of a $100 free Amazon gift card. And if you want to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel. Click the notifications bell, give this video a like, leave a comment down below. Tell me your thoughts on Joe Biden. I truly appreciate everyone's amazing support, and I want to do my best in giving back to my community. So be sure to enter the giveaway. It's free.
And that's what we in Congress have got to do as well. In November, just last November, 61% of the people in Florida, a state Joe Biden lost by 3 points, voted to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. 8 states and over 40 cities have adopted laws to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. During the last session of Congress, the House did the right thing under the leadership of Speaker Pelosi and Chairman Scott, and I applaud them and the entire House for their efforts. And they passed legislation to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour, and I have no doubt that they will do it once again. Now, at this moment in history, the issue of raising the minimum wage rests in the U.S. Senate.
16 bipartisan senators discussed the aid plan with Biden administration officials on Sunday. While the lawmakers agreed on the need for vaccine distribution money, many questioned the overall price tag. Remember folks, Joe Biden's trying to approve a $1.9 trillion bill, and the new Senate Majority Leader Mitch Mcconnell and the new Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said he is open to using the budget reconciliation process that will allow Democrats to pass legislation with a majority vote. Joe Biden said Monday that it would take weeks for Congress to finish talks around a stimulus relief deal, and for Democrats to decide whether they should forge ahead with an aid bill without GOP support.
This is an issue that impacts every working class person in this country. So no matter whether you're a Republican, a Democrat, or an independent, all of us understand that no one in America can make it on starvation wages. So my hope is we will bring Republicans on board. But we must understand that at this moment, the issue of starvation wages in America is a national emergency. If we cannot get enough Republicans to vote for this legislation under regular order, we cannot simply take no for an answer.
Joe Biden told reporters, "I don't expect we know we'll have an agreement until we get right to the very end of this process, which will probably happen in a couple of weeks." He said a decision on whether to use the budget reconciliation process to pass the relief package with only Democratic votes will depend upon how these negotiations go. Joe Biden noted that Democratic lawmakers in Congress should ultimately decide how to proceed with trying to pass legislation. Now, passing stimulus relief is one of Joe Biden's top priorities since he entered office last Wednesday. He said the healthcare system and economy need an immediate jolt as the pandemic weighs them down. Senators that Joe Biden spoke to agreed that producing and distributing shots is their top priority. However, a handful of Republican and Democratic senators continue to question the price tag of Joe Biden's stimulus relief bill. The administration now faces a dilemma. As the Senate group pledges to continue its talks, the White House could choose to get behind a smaller, bipartisan bill if one develops. Otherwise, Democrats can put at least some of their relief priorities into legislation that could pass in the majority vote through budget reconciliation, which would only require Democratic support in a 50-50 Senate. Now, it's unclear how much the House legislation will resemble Joe Biden's plan. Democrats continue to have Democratic leaders like Pelosi and Schumer have also called for vaccine distribution to be a priority. Democrats can get a bill through the House without Republican votes, so the party cannot afford many defections from within its ranks, as it holds a narrow 221 to 211 majority.
Could use reconciliation to pass trillions of dollars in tax breaks for the wealthy and large corporations. If the Republicans can use the reconciliation process to drill in the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, if the Republicans could use reconciliation to try to repeal the Affordable Care Act and throw up to 32 million Americans off of the health care that they have, we can and we must use reconciliation to protect the needs of working families in this country. We must use reconciliation to increase the minimum wage to $15 an hour. Now is not the time for excuses. Now is not the time for more talk. Now is the time for action. Millions of families all over this country are looking at us right now, and they are saying, we can't make it on $10 an hour, $12 an hour. Help us. Do the right thing.
Now, Chuck Schumer said that Democrats were gearing up to pass a relief package without GOP votes if necessary. Chuck Schumer said time is of the essence, and Democrats are eyeing swift action to combat the pandemic as GOP support for Biden's proposals appears to be narrowing. Now, for those of you that don't know, reconciliation will require every Democrat to get behind the rescue plan that Biden proposes, a possible hurdle, given some moderate senators are reluctant to support every component of the proposal. The House must also pass a budget resolution, which lays out directions for relevant committees to begin drafting legislative text for the relief package. Over the past week, Biden has attempted to secure 10 Republican votes for the plan, which includes a $1,400 stimulus check. And for those of you on SSI and SSDI payments, here's what is considered a resource. Resources are things you own that you can use for support. They include cash, real estate, personal belongings, bank accounts, stocks, and bonds. To be eligible for SSI, a person must have no more than $2,000 in countable resources. A married couple must have no more than $3,000 in countable resources. So if you own resources over the SSI limit, you may be able to get the SSI benefits while trying to sell all those resources. And not all of your resources count toward the SSI resource limit.
Last year, it was so much cash that, yeah, some of it was saved, but a lot of it was spent. And I think another round of cash that's even more than last time will also have a stimulative impact. The question is, have we discovered free money? Why not more? Why even pay taxes?
Now, regarding to the SSI and SSDI payments, within strict limits, Social Security disability insurance payments will stop if you're engaged in what Social Security calls substantial gainful activity. SGA, as is known, is defined in 2021 as earning more than $1,310 a month. If your income exceeds those caps, you cannot collect disability benefits unless you are taking part in one of Social Security's work incentives, which are aimed at helping SSDI recipients transition back into the workforce. I hope everybody found this video useful. If you did, feel free to subscribe to my channel and click the bell. I appreciate everyone's amazing support,